How's it going, folks? Welcome to another edition of Orloski's Car Show and Tell. I'm Jerry Orloski. I got Dave Greene here, one of my favorite customers of all time. He goes by two other nicknames, Chow-Dad and Candyman, and we can get into those later. But today he brought us his 2013 Mustang Boss 302. The last year of the Boss, he says. Maybe. He's gonna have to tell me about it. How'd you come into this car, Dave? What's the story?
I was looking for basically a toy, something that I could have fun with, and I happened to see this online, and I didn't know what the Laguna Seca edition was, so I did a little research, and it is even more selective than the Bosses because this thing was built by Ford to road race, so it has special packages, like there's no rear seat in this.
Is that to make it like lighter? Like
Well, they stripped it out for lighter. It's also got two keys, the street key and the track key, and when you plug in the track key, it changes 200 settings in the computer inside the car. It electrically opens headers under the door so you're running quad exhaust instead of dual. And it gives the car, the engine package, something called track mode for road racing.
Yeah. If you grab the wrong key off the counter and start the car, you tell immediately?
Oh yeah, because the street key only has the exhaust out the back. The track key, the exhaust part of it comes out right under the door, so you hear the rumble under your butt.
Is that street legal? Like if you
Yeah.
want to run that like
Yeah,
that? You could?
it's a Ford factory product.
Right, right. That's pretty cool.
But
Does it increase the horsepower, like the engine tune,
yeah,
like everything?
it changes the engine horse. It changes the back pressure coming off the engine. This car was built, I mean, there's no front low driving lights. They took them out, and what they did was put air scoops to help cool the front brakes. They put a bigger blade on like a NASCAR would have, so you can adjust it to get more lift and downdraft on the car for cornering.
Do you ever mess around with it?
Oh, I don't.
No.
No, I'm not into, you know, I like to play with it, but I'm not that hardcore that I
That's what
road
I'm saying,
race.
like, yeah.
I could do Giants to spare with this, but I'd have to put the roll cage in, and I'm a little too old to climb over a roll cage to get in and out. I admit it.
How many horsepower does it have in that track mode?
In the track mode, this is running 444 horse out of a 5-liter normally aspirated, which means there's no supercharger. That's just the fuel injection.
So there's no turbo, no supercharger, nothing. So how does it do that? It's a V. It's a, just a, not just a V8,
It's a
but
super
it's a V8, right?
This is what they call the Coyote. The Ford made 3 monster engines for their high performance. They made the Coyote, the 5.2, which is now in the GT350 Shelbys, is called the Voodoo, and then the 5.4 and the bigger one, the 5.8, were called the Predator. Those went in the GT500s. Those are for when you have a lot of money and you want a big toy.
Some pretty cool names, though. The
Yeah.
Coyote, the Voodoo, and the Predator. Those marketing guys before, they know what they're doing, I guess.
Well, that's because they got rid of the guy that didn't want to have Ken Miles drive the GT at Le Mans when he won it.
I don't know what that means at all. I gotta be honest with you.
There's a guy, a vice president named Beebe, didn't like Ken Miles.
For Ford.
For Ford. He was under Henry Ford Jr., and he did not like Ken Miles, who was a British driver, who was probably one of the greatest drivers of all time. He didn't like him because when they brought out the Mustang, the original Mustang, he told them it was a secretary's car because they underpowered it, the wheelbase was wrong, so he didn't like him. When Carroll Shelby suggested Miles as the driver, it took, if you check the movie, Ford versus Ferrari, Carroll Shelby made a bet with Henry Ford Jr. You let Miles drive the car. If he loses Daytona before Le Mans, Carroll Shelby would have signed over Shelby Motors to Ford.
Wow,
And
that's a lot of pressure.
Miles won.
Yeah,
And he didn't even know that was the bet.
that was a bet.
And
Pretty unbelievable. I haven't seen that movie, but maybe that's a
oh
reason.
my God, it's a phenomenal movie about the history of the Ford GT and how Ford beat Ferrari literally hands down at Le Mans multiple years running.
It's pretty wild. I would have thought Ferrari would have won. Just because it's Ferrari, I don't know.
Well, Enzo Ferrari, everything is handcrafted, handmade, and Ford, basically, the bodies were handmade, but the engines were tweaked by a bunch of geniuses that built those engines, and they started out with a 289 in the original GTs, and Ken Miles says it needs more power, and a guy was pushing an engine by on a stand. He says, why don't you try the Beast? And it was the 429 engine.
Oh, that's a big one. Yeah.
Oh, it's huge.
That's big. That's big. So you got big brakes on this thing to stop it. You said it's not so great. Well, not so great. I'm sure it's fast as heck on a straight line, but it's built for track, so it's built for turning.
Yeah, it's built for road racing, not drag racing.
Short throw shifter.
Very short throw 6-speed shifter, and coming out of the hole, it basically launches.
Right.
And it's designed so your tires don't break free.
Does it have like that launch mode?
Yes.
Yeah, where you hit a button or something like
No,
that?
it's got a launch mode in the computer. When you go into racing and you put the track key in, it'll race in launch mode if you're going to race.
I got you. I got you.
So you get a little more out of the bottom end of the motor, so you're going to get more response coming out of off the hole.
What's the fastest you ever had this thing up to?
Well, not on the street, but on the track, I've had it over 150.
How, like, was it like out of steam at that point? Or
Oh,
what?
no, there's more.
How fast do you think we could? I don't want to do it, but how fast do you think it could go?
Well, I know on the dyno, when I had a guy reprogram the factory speed restrictors, we got the track key up to 228.
220 miles an hour.
Yeah. The street key used to top out at
You should
141.
probably put that roll cage in it.
Used to top out at 141, now it tops out at 198.
Wow. All right, so we call you the Candyman. Why?
When I go places and I'm happy there, a lot of times I don't tip money. I'll bring in a bag of candy because a lot of times guys just want to, or girls want just a quick pick-me-up.
You're right, and we appreciate that.
One of the
Sometimes-
places I do it is the vet, because I also have dogs at home, and when you bring 6 dogs to the vet, you make friends with the vet.
That's another. All right, so we also call you Chow-Dad. Where do you get the Chow-Dad from? Your license plates say Chow-Dad.
Yeah.
You have Chow-Dad stickers. I thought there was Chow-Dad on this car.
No,
actually.
the Expedition has Chow-Wagon.
Chow-Wagon.
That's because we have 6 Chows in one, which is a breed of dog. They're one of 2 breeds that have purple tongues, and they're very protective, very territorial, and very independent. And they're great for me and my wife, and we love them, and that's our family.
Chow-Dad.
Yeah.
Does she have Chow Mom?
No, she won't go for that because she travels for work yet. When she retires, I'll get it
She's
for
got
her.
Chow Mom. So what else you got on this car? Anything good?
Well,
Any big plans for it? Like any modifications that we're going to be doing, or no? Just
No.
gonna keep- I mean, it's pretty. I don't know what modification you could ever do to a car that makes-
that's the thing. I mean, the
it
only
goes
thing
222 miles per hour.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else you do.
well, it doesn't need much. It was built by Ford, and it was pretty complete. I mean, it's got cooling tubes for the front brakes. It's got a scoop under the car from the factory to cool the transmission to keep it running in road races. It's got the oversized tires on the back, which give it better grab. And it handles so well. I mean, the day your dad says, go ahead, get on it here, it's very hard to break free because it's not designed to break free. It's designed to grab the road and go. These are very sticky tires.
I could break it free.
Anybody can break it free, but if you do it, just be prepared. It's $800 worth of
I'll go through the door here. That's what will happen to me.
$800 worth of tires on the back.
Right on. Well, Dave, I appreciate you
No
coming
problem.
down and showing off this car. I'll probably wax it sometime next month, I'm sure.
I'm not worried about it.
No,
I'm really
I
not.
appreciate it. Folks, that's another edition of Orloski's Car Show and Tell. Thank you, Dave, Candyman, Chow-Dad, Greene.
No problem.
Thanks for coming down.
No problem.